circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won.
This is the Notebook Wagering Show on the Wild Style Network. Here are your hosts, Q, Smitty, and Matt.
Hey, it's Notebook Wagering time. Thursday night live from the Salisbury Center, fueled by Monster Energy. I am Smitty. I'm here with Matty. Matty, what's happening tonight, my friend?
Hey, I don't know what day it is. I'm a little confused with work and the holidays. I think it's Thursday. Trash went out a day late, so I'm really confused. But great week in sports. We had the big Michigan win. We got the national title game coming up. A little lackluster, a little sad, though. No Thursday night football for the first time in 3.5 months. So a little down tonight, but I'm ready to go and talk some sports here, bud.
Yeah, I'm right with you, man. The garbage threw me off. I had to get the garbage out tonight. I was all confused again. You know, you start losing track of everything. You don't know what the trash is going out. Everything's off a day. I had to go back to work on Tuesday, so you're a little confused with all that. So, hey, man, we're here. I know I'm missing football tonight. I wish football was here. I got another camera in studio with me tonight, following me around here, doing a little documentary on podcast. So I have another camera right in my face here tonight, which you know I love the cameras in my face. Here we go. Live action tonight. Do you have any live bets? Because that's what this show's all about. We're here to make some money for ourselves, for you. I got 2 college plays, 4-2 last night. You want anything tonight, Matt?
I don't have anything yet. I'm looking at the Washington-Oregon game, late night Pac-12 after dark action. Might jump on Washington. I believe they're laying 3.5 or 4 potentially. Not sure. Going to give it a look-see after the show, but that's the only thing for me. Just too busy with work, and I tried to squeeze in the gym. Still got to eat, so I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess.
Hey, that's okay, man. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I got 2. I'm going to throw 2 out for you tonight. I'm on a couple early, but these are 2 later games. New Mexico State, -150 money line. Gave it out on Sharp Angle Syndicate today. Best bet of the day from Smitty Bucks. And I'm going at 10 p.m. Cal Riverside, playing Cal Davis, I believe. I don't know, one of those teams out in California. Who knows? They're all Cal Riverside, Cal Davis. Doesn't matter. Let's get a winner with Cal Riverside tonight. -130 at 10 p.m. So there you go. Ken's in the chat already. Hey, Ken, those are 2 winners tonight, buddy. Jump on board with me. Let's go. And I like Ken. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. So let's dive right into the games on Monday. Let's dive right into the great Rose Bowl that we had, my friend. Michigan with a big win over Alabama. What's overall thoughts you had, Matt, in the game?
A lot of good, but there's a couple bad, setting up for the big showdown coming Monday. The good, I'll start with the good. McCarthy played good, not great. His first throw was a little sketch, maybe some nerves, but he had 3 touchdowns, good completion percentage, I believe like 227 through the air. Was really good. They ran the ball really well. They should have probably ran the ball more with Edwards and Corum, get a couple more touches, take the ball out of their hands, kill some more clock. And I think that's what they're going to have to do when they're playing this Washington team coming up. Because I don't think they've seen quite an offense like they're going to see on Monday night. Everybody says, oh, what about Ohio State's talent? Well, yeah, but Ohio State's quarterback, Kyle McCord, is not Michael Penix. So there's an equalizer. We'll talk about that coming up. But overall, I say good. Special teams, though, cannot occur again, or that is going to be a dagger. So I'll let you hit it next.
Yeah, you know, I agree. That first pass, like, what in the world was happening there? Who is he throwing the ball to? If you're going to throw the ball out of bounds, throw the ball out of bounds. Don't throw it still, like, right at the sidelines. Oh, I was in a lazy boy. I was trying to keep calm in that game. It was tough. It was really tough to keep calm in that game. Special teams. I mean, goodness. Listen, if he would have caught that first punt, he had so much momentum, he could have ran through maybe the stadium. Would have been a little Forrest Gump and just kept going down the road. But goodness gracious, catch the ball. And then that last one, Matt, that at the end of the game, I still don't know. I was trying to explain it to someone. I have no clue how that guy when he picked it up, and he got, right when he picked the ball up, he got hammered.
Yeah, he should have never fielded that. You let that go.
Yeah. Probably both punts they should have just let go. I mean, they really.
The first one I'm okay with, but that second one, get away from it. Run to the sidelines, do a snow angel in the end zone. Who cares? Just get away from it.
Do something there. Just take a knee and get that. So overall, here's the thing. Michigan dominated the first half. They did. I mean, they really did. They should have been up more. Then, you had the touchdown, the extra point went through the handle, the hold of the specialty. I mean, it was just special team after special team. And they killed themselves. It did that the last time, too. If you see someone in the camera, this is just Mary here. Just wave, Mary. You're in there. Hey, Mary, what's going on here? She's just taping me here. So we're having some fun tonight here in the Salisbury Center. But it just... Special teams, and I thought they were done. I really did. I thought they were done. They just didn't look, second half, just couldn't get anything going. Bama started getting the momentum a little bit, but they just hung there, and then they kind of caught fire there. 6 sacks, Matt. They did get after Milroe. Fantastic.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to have to touch on coming up. There's some good points to talk about. So.
And then at the very end, just run the ball. They ran the ball. Corum got in. Wilson really caught fire late in the game. He started getting the ball to Wilson, and that's the guy you got to get the ball to. I mean, I don't want to say superstar, but for Michigan's wide receivers, he's the superstar. So, hey, good win. What did you think of the last play call?
I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to run it, though. If I'm a coach, I'm going to throw it. I mean, you got to get it into the end zone. I know Milroe's your best player, and when you watch the replays, the hole was there. I don't know. Maybe he just got antsy, jittery over the low snap, but I can't knock him for it. It may have worked if he just scooted a little left, but I'm throwing the ball. You got to take a shot into the end zone where the ball is actually going to get to.
The center was just bad the whole game.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting there.
He just bolted down.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, the Steelers with Mason Cole trying to snap the ball for the Steelers, they might draft this kid just to keep it the same. Brutal.
O-line.
Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next game here. I'll be honest. I watched a little bit. I had to go back to work. That game came on way too late for me. I knew it was going to be, hey, stay up. Going to be just miserable in the morning trying to go back to work or just go to bed, and I went back to bed. I had 2 big winners. I had Michigan money line, and I had I think we both had Washington plus 3.5. So what'd you take out of that second game, Matt, with Washington?
They're really good. I think the 2 best teams made it through, with a little bit of an asterisk for the old Georgia Bulldogs who may have gotten screwed out. But I think that's right. It's 1 versus 2. Washington played really, really good. I was really impressed with their offensive line, how much time Penix has, and the 3 wide receivers are going to be a problem for Michigan. There's an award that came out. Washington's O-line got voted basically the best in the country, and they're going to go up against the strength of Michigan, which is their D-line and rotation. The Michigan D-line has to win that battle because they're going to have to get pressure on Penix, who doesn't run much. He wants to stay in the pocket and throw it, understandably, but I don't think they have 3 corners who can match up with the 3 wide receivers. So if the D-line doesn't get pressure, or somehow the D coordinator doesn't induce pressure, this could be a long day. I do like Michigan and their power, and I think they can run the ball with Corum. Washington's D is actually very good too. So Texas didn't impress me. Ewers, I mean, he's getting hype, and I don't get it for an NFL draft kid. Who knows? Maybe he'll prove us wrong. But they had a lot of good athletes on the outside too, and Washington neutralized them. Worthy and the other kid, the transfer from Georgia, who's been in like 5 straight not national title games, Final Four games. But I think this is going to be a fantastic game. I actually think it might be a little bit under. I think the under is 56 right now. I might look at that, but I think we're in for a great show.
Yeah, it is right now. You have Michigan right now. Last time I had it -4.5. Over under is 56. Money line is -185. You have two 14-0 teams. Washington 7-6-1 ATS. Michigan's 8-5-1 ATS. Washington 37 for the year, giving up 24. Michigan's 36, giving up 10. A lot of some stats. I mean, I'll tell you, I follow everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Keep firing up the chat. We appreciate you are here with your great comments. I think this is what you got to do here. Like you said, they have dynamite wide receivers. Michigan can stop the pass a little bit here. They got to run the ball. Run the ball, control the clock. I think, I just said it, a coworker I work with said, well, what do you think? And anything I say to people, they're like, well, of course and he didn't say this, but everyone I kind of think, you're a Michigan guy. You're going to always go Michigan. Now, I think Michigan's the better team. Now, you keep hearing this on TV. They're playing the dog role here again. Everybody doesn't think Washington deserves to be here. Well, they do. Could they play it again? Yeah, they could. Could they beat Michigan? Absolutely. But I think Michigan's going to pound the ball, control the clock. Carthy make enough plays, slow down those wide receivers a little bit. Can they run? We said it, the kid from, losing track of his name, Johnson. Johnson had 21 carries, 49 yards, 2 touchdowns, but only 49. We said Texas was going to slow down their running game, and they did, but they threw the ball. I don't think they're going to be able to run on Michigan. They're going to get their yards. Hey, Penix is fantastic. I think Penix could be the best quarterback going in the draft. I'm not saying he's going to be taken number 1 because I don't think that's going to happen. But his accuracy, his arm, it's fantastic. I think Michigan wins this game. And that money line, sometimes you got to lay the juice. I saw pro gamblers I talked to and I'm friends with. They were laying it, man. -180, they didn't care. Taking it. -170, taking it. I don't care. Taking it. Michigan's going to win. I don't know if I'll take it -185. I feel a little better with the money line. Just have to lay the juice. -4.5. Take it. Michigan covers this game. They win the game. Overall thoughts?
I think the line's going to come down. I think it's going to get down to around 3.
Well, the best thing, then wait. Let's wait. Yep.
Yeah. I think the amount of money coming in on Washington early from the public is enough to try to get it down so the books can get it back. I actually said, with our numbers, I made the 6 to start out with. And I heard some people today on Decent saying they had guys started out at 7 and then all the way down to 3. So it's basically right in the middle right now at 4.5. And I don't know. I think it should be closer to 3 now that after I watched that last Washington game. We'll see if it gets there. The 4.5, you're right, it's probably too much delay. I think this is a field goal game.
And, there's great comments in the chat room here tonight. Scotty's saying Washington has excellent players on defense at every level. I agree with that. And I agree with his last comment, too. He's saying that Michigan has not seen a team that can pass the ball like that. Absolutely. I agree with you. I mean, what team in the Big Ten can throw the ball like Washington can?
It's only Ohio State, but their quarterback's a hot turd platter. So
he was not. Yeah, he wasn't Penix.
Yeah, they have the wide receivers the same, but yeah. The one scary aspect too is if Michigan can actually cover these wide receivers, Washington tight end is really good. So if you can find a player prop for his over yards, I think he's going to be the check down guy. I think he's going to get a lot of 5-6 yard dump offs, and those are going to add up. Especially because the running back Dillon is he's questionable from his injury. All
right, so what are you taking on the game? Anything yet? You're going to wait.
No, I'm going to wait.
I'm going to wait too. I have no bet yet. I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
And if it gets crazy, then I'm just going to hang myself. I might just watch the game. I mean, it's kind of what I had last game. I said I want my team to get through Michigan. I don't. I had that pizza money on Bama to win over $300, and I would have been roll tide this week. This game would have been roll tide for me. So, all right, man. Hey, everybody, enjoy it. We'll break it down next week. So, again, thanks for the great chats, and let's go into the NFL. Week 18, Matt. There's some big games. Some teams that are trying to buy into the playoffs. But, man, this is quarterback central, too, isn't it?
We've been ugly for the past 6 weeks, and now we just hit ultimate hit by the bus ugly type nonsense coming up.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you got some quarterbacks here. But I think this is a good week to, if you're not a teaser. I already have one teaser, and I'll give it out. I jumped on one teaser last night. I have one play so far in the NFL. Been doing really well in the NFL the last 2 weeks. Follow me on social media at Smitty Bucks. I throw them out in at Notebook Wagering. All right, let's go. First game Saturday, big one, especially for me, trying to get the Steelers in the playoffs. 4:30 game ABC. You got the Steelers traveling into Baltimore. Steelers -4. Over under, I have it at 35.5. Hey, we're going to throw out the covers trend before I go with Maddie here from covers.com. The trend in this game, 6 straight games against each other have hit the under. And if you remember, I believe I wrote on, man, I'm with a small note card, index cards this week, and I can't stand them. I found bigger ones. I need them. I'm getting old. My eyes aren't that good anymore, people. 17-10, Steelers came back. But if you remember, this is a game that Steelers couldn't do anything. Pickett got magic real late in this, and they beat them. I think they scored 14 points in the fourth quarter, and they got the win. Man, yeah, Lamar Jackson MVP. Yeah, I think it's locked up too. All right, Matt. It's a tight one, man. Baltimore doesn't want Pittsburgh in the playoffs. And their backup is a good backup quarterback. No Lamar Jackson. He's not going to quarterback at all. Mason Rudolph. On fire. Little sticky note, Matt. A little sticky note, everybody. I got this off somebody. I didn't write it down, so I apologize. Not trying to steal your stuff here. 2 30-point outings in their last 40 games. With Mason, they've had 2 straight. Are they going to and you got to think of the conditions. No one knows where this snow's going yet or what you're going to get. Freezing rains, wind, anything. This could be a disaster here. This is Saturday afternoon. What do you have in this? Can the Steelers win this game? Can they hang around? Is Baltimore going to pull the upset and keep the Steelers out of the playoffs? Steelers need some help, but what's going to happen?
I don't think Baltimore cares. I don't think they care if the Steelers are in the playoffs. That team right now should not scare them, and they might not even see them until it would be the conference championship. So, to me, I don't care. I know everybody wants to win. Their backup quarterback is a Pro Bowler from last year. Imagine that. Tyler Huntley going to get the start. I mean, I can't see how Baltimore wins this. They have to rest everybody. You've got to get healthy. The problem is then they're on a big layoff. If the guys don't play this week, they get to bye next week. That's 3 weeks. OBJ wants to go out and have a boat orgy party. You know that's going to go over well. I mean, God almighty. John Harbaugh has to lose his mind.
That worked. Was that the Giants back in the day? That was the Giants.
Yeah, and they got absolutely smoked. You know, the only good coming out of that is stories for us. And, hey, I'm all for it. Go for it, OBJ. But I think the Steelers win. I actually think they probably cover, too. But you're going to see Rudolph, I think, air it out. And it's going to be him and Pickens. Try to get him up the board, get Deontay involved. Both running backs. I don't know how Baltimore wins. They just signed Dalvin Cook. He might run the ball this week. So I think they're going to rest a lot of guys and get healthy for the run. I mean, right now, the AFC is so weak, in my opinion. It's their conference to lose right now. So I think they gear up. I think the Steelers get an easy win this week.
Yeah, Ken was all over that in the chat. He said, Cook, yeah, I just saw that too. Cook signing there. Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, I like where Rudolph's going here. Rudolph looks really good. Conditions could be a key. Hey, they ran the ball fantastic last week, Pittsburgh. Harris, 27 carries, 122, 2 touchdowns. Warren, 13 for 75 and a touchdown. They're getting the ball to Pickens. He's fantastic. 7 catches, 131 yards last week. Yeah, this one's tough. I have not done anything on this. 4.5 or -4, excuse me. Could be a lot. I don't know. I might just sit back and enjoy that one too and see, maybe try to do a player prop on that. All right, big one here. We need a tie in this. If you're a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, you need a tie in this game. Let's go crazy here. We're going to talk about ties. You got the Texans against the Colts here. 8:15 ABC. Texans coming in. Their favorite, Matt, in this game. -1.5. Over-under is 47.5. The trend from covers.com in this is Texans first half totals for the game. First half unders have been good. 23.5 I wrote down on this. They did play in week 2, 31-20. The Colts did edge them out in that one. Man, where are you going here? Old man in the garage. I'm going to get his take. He has 2 plays this week for the Dogs in this game, so you know where he's going to go here. He's all over the Colts, but what do you have here, Matty?
I'm on Texans. I'll lay the 1. I'll probably look at the over 2. The Colts defense is actually pretty awful. They give up the 6th most yards, I believe, to running backs. So a player prop to look at is Devin Singletary's total yards, because Dameon Pierce has basically dropped off the radar. That's Singletary's job now to lose. C.J. Stroud's back. Nico Collins back. The only player he's basically missing now is Tank Dell. Dalton Schultz has some incentives. There's a guy on Twitter, I don't remember his name, I'll look it up here in a second, who posted a bunch of player props to look out for guys who have big incentives that kick in after this week. So if they get X number of catches this week, an extra $250,000. Dalton Schultz is one of those. I'm going to look at his catches. I believe it's 4 he needs for a big bonus. You know, the guys talk about that. They want their money. They want those bonuses. But I like the Texans this week. I think the Colts defense just isn't good enough. I know it's in Indy, and it is still a battle for the playoffs. But I think the Texans are the sneaky play here.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going here yet. I mean, I like C.J. Stroud, man. He's just tough. Really like them. Yeah, Singletary, you said he's coming off 16 carries, 80 yards. Nico Collins is another one that can really catch the ball with this team. Minshew, you know, sometimes he looks fantastic. Other times he makes mistakes. Old man in the garage again. He's on the Colts money line. He likes them. Let's get a tie in that one. Let's get a tie. Let's go. Let's move on, everybody here. All right, man. We're going to talk Tampa, Carolina. We're just going to talk as Tampa can still will win this division here. Carolina's brutal, Matt. The trend from covers.com. Tampa's 7-1 ATS on the road. Man, this Carolina team, I mean, we don't have to talk much about them. Tampa looked brutal last week. I mean, I was on a teaser with the Saints. I mean, they did not look good. It made it close late because they Mayfield kind of 22 out of 33, 309, 2-2, but it was ugly early. I was watching the red zone, and they were going to that game a lot, and he just wasn't doing much. That was ugly. You know, I think Tampa, what's the line in this? 4.5, over under 37.5. I take Tampa in this. Carolina's ready to go play golf or go on vacation. I mean, this has been a train wreck, 2-14 all year. Do you have any thoughts on this one?
Well, you said it. I'm pissed last week that Tampa looked absolutely awful. Now they have to, maybe it's part of their grand scheme that, hey, let's take a week off, coast in. All we have to do is win our last week against Carolina. But they looked bad, really bad. The Saints basically bullied them around. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe this interim head coach wants to go for his gusto here. I'm not probably going to bet this, but if you made me bet it, I'd probably take Carolina and the points right now to keep it close. I can't trust that Tampa team after last week. There's some guys on there who, like Evans, this could be his last game as a Buck. Baker's probably going to get a new contract and be in town for a while. I think Chris Godwin might be up for his contract might be up too. This is interesting. If you made me play this, Smitty, I'm going to go with Tampa or with the Panthers plus 4.5. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I know Tampa really hurt me. I'm pick'em contest, and you got to rank the points. I gave 10 points. And you know, that was a close line against the Saints, but overall, it was a team that I thought was playing fantastic, Tampa, and they just did not look good. I mean, that game got a lot closer than it was. It really did.
I think Todd Bowles is a bum. So I think he's a guy to me who should just be a D coordinator, not a coach.
All right. Moving on here. Hey, we're going to talk about the home team here really quick. It is Matty's team, but I know he's not too pumped up about him. But we always talk about the Commanders, or whatever you want to call them. Still, some people call them the Redskins. We call them whatever, the Commodores. We call them all kinds of things here. You got Dallas rolling in town, 425. Dallas is minus 13.5. Over-under is 46.5. I'll tell you what, though. Okay, let's do the trend. Their Dallas trend from covers.com is 10-4 ATS last 14. Dallas beat them in week 12, 45-10. I'll tell you, I've watched this Dallas team the last 2 weeks. And listen, I needed it. I had 2 live bets on them money line. I had them big in the pick'em contest. They got a gift. And the clown that gave him the gift, you would have thought he was going to get suspended, people. That whole referee crew. No, guess what? They're doing the Steeler-Baltimore game. Fantastic stuff there. Kind of comical, NFL sometimes. But, so the only thing I'll say about them, Tony Pollard can't run. They can't run the ball, Matt. And this is more a concern getting later in the playoffs here next week when they have to play. If they have to go into a really crappy condition, wind or rain or anything like that, Dak is having a good year, no doubt. They can't run the ball. What happened? Why can't they run the ball anymore, Matt?
I don't know. Their O-line's really good, too. So is it kind of like the Trent Richardson project where you have this really good back, but he just can't see a hole, hit a hole, dances around too much? Like, even though they can't run the ball that well, they also don't get Pollard the ball in space, like on a screen. It's all CD Lamb this year. And granted, it's been working. Ferguson's a nice player too, but yeah, I don't have an answer why they can't run the ball. You would think with that O-line, and now the O-line has had some bang-up issues here and there with injuries, but yeah, I mean, even if they have 4 out of the 5 guys playing, they should be able to run the ball for 80 yards a game, and they're not getting there. So I don't know. I don't have that answer.
Ken just came in the chat and said, I'm shocked they didn't try to go get Cook. Yeah, Cook was a good back. It just didn't fit well.
They may have tried to get him.
Well, they might have.
Do you want to go to Dallas and play, or do you want to go to Baltimore and play? And who's got a better shot of winning?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not high. I'm not high on Dallas. I mean, I think Dak, CeCe Lamb, I mean, just a stud. 13 catches, 227, 1 touchdown last week. I mean, the guy's unstoppable. Just a great. Still that draft thing. Did you see them posting that draft? Do you remember that draft when he got drafted? He had the phone and his girlfriend, or maybe it's his wife. I don't know if she's still around in the picture, but she grabbed the phone. He grabbed it back. Man, that was just the best. They were playing that all weekend. I loved it. That's so funny. Oh, yeah. Ken just said Mike McCarthy managed my grocery store. That's a good one, Ken. Thanks for chiming in, man. That is. Man, what was he doing at the end of the game? Run the ball. Run the clock out. Nope.
Can I do a little, not a Commanders rant?
Yeah, go for it.
Kind of a Commanders rant. I actually want to send I might actually send him a thank you card. I might send Tepper from Carolina a thank you card for now taking over the ownership role as being the biggest a-hole out there in the NFL. No Snyder anymore. That guy has first place locked up. So I want to thank him. Takes a little heat off the Commanders. But the Commanders, I mean, Sam Howell, we get them one more game. They better evaluate the hell out of what talent they have there. Who wants to play? Who doesn't want to play anymore? Because it's just going downhill. I think they have the second pick potentially locked up. That's got to be a quarterback. So I'm kind of happy about that. See what happens. Yeah.
And do you think, because in our friend Tex, a lot of people are saying Bieniemy, he's not sticking around.
I hope not. I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of him in Kansas City. I think he's a product of Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid probably gives him the play sheet. So who knows? Maybe I'm a jerk for saying that.
And I saw this on X here right before the show tonight. Now, how true it is, I don't know. I'm going to say it, though. They said the Falcons, if they get rid of Arthur Smith, well, maybe Bieniemy. And that guy, yeah, because that schedule was easy. That was easy. And they kept him around, and he's not doing very good. So I'll be shocked if he keeps his job, especially if they lose this week. All right, yeah, I don't know what to go there. It just How's not the answer anymore. They're going to go quarterback, and I'm glad they let him. I mean, Brissett, I didn't know why they were going to bring him in anyway. Why? I mean, I guess Rivera wants to get a win. He knows he's gone, but just like Howell finished the year. I mean, they hung for a little bit. Hey, I think it was from Joe Osborne, so I'm going to shout this out. I think it was Joe Osborne. I was bad this week, giving credit to people here. Double-digit road favorites since 2003, I think I have it down. 54, 73, and 1. Who fits that this week? Dallas, minus 13. So
I don't think I can lay that many points, though.
it's a lot.
I think this is the type of game where Dallas cruises, and then it's the fourth quarter, and they're up 30-10, and here comes Sam Howell slinging it around like Sam's ball back in the day, and it ends up 33-24.
Yeah, and I'm kind of agree with you on that because I heard it from some other people too. This is a rivalry game. But are they still passionate about it because they know they're gone? Like they know the whole coaching staff's gone. That's the thing. That might be a good a live bet in that game is if the Commanders look like they're focused and they're like competing, maybe jump on. That's a lot of points. I think it's a great teaser spot. I'll probably throw out the teaser with the Commanders up to about 19. You can get 19-20 against Dallas.
That's a lot.
I'm going to take a shot with that, man. I'll take the Commanders.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of points. All right, man, we're going to go Green Bay here. Bears. I'll tell you what, the Bears are playing well, Matt. And I watched the red zone. I was very impressed. Fields, I think, at times can make throws. I think you got to. So if you're the GM of the Bears, let's throw this out. I want to hear what you have to say. Do you bring back the whole coaching staff and you roll it again with Justin Fields as your quarterback, or you taking a quarterback number one? What are you going to do? Or I'll even give you this option. You can trade the pick. What are you doing?
All right. Well, first I'm going to issue an apology to Matt Eberflus because I destroyed him in our earlier year shows. And he's done a good job. But now I am going to pat myself on the back. I've been a Justin Fields supporter. I actually think he gets a bum rap. I actually think his accuracy is underrated. He has no weapons. He finally got one this year and more. And their O-line is improving. It's not good. It's improving. And that lets him improve. I think the play is, I think the faithful in Chicago actually wants Fields to come back because they've seen big strides. Man, I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. Now, maybe he's going to prove us wrong, knock it out in the combine, et cetera, and it be the guy who gets drafted number one. But there's no number one lock right now. So I keep Fields. I trade that pick. In fact, I trade that pick to Washington and just say, give me a first from 2025 or something. I won't even – give me it at a bargain. But I'd like your second pick, and that way I take Marvin Harrison Jr., and then I just keep building year in, year out if I'm a Chicago person and just take O-line. Their defense is much underrated. I actually think the Bears have a good thing going, and I'm going to say it. I think Green Bay is going to get their bubble bursted 2 years in a row by a division rival, and I think they're going to miss out on the playoffs. I think the Bears are actually going to upset the Packers.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to chime in. Great stuff there. I kind of agree with you. Ken's saying trade the pick. That's what I would do. I like Fields. I've watched Fields the last couple weeks. I think he looks okay. And I'd go again. Back it up a little bit. Trade the pick back. A couple spots back. Let somebody come up. Get a wide receiver. If you can get Harrison Jr. there, if you can drop down and get him, fantastic. Move on. Defense is fantastic right now. They are playing lights out. Josh, what's the guy they got from the Commanders?
Montez Sweat.
I was doing the Philly guy, I believe.
Pro bowler.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Leads the Commanders in sacks and leads the Bears in sacks. What a crazy line, man.
Yeah.
Stat line. I don't know about that. I like this Green Bay team. Jordan Love's playing fantastic.
I like this Green Bay team a lot too, but I think they're gonna catch a team that knows they have the first pick already locked up. That Eberflus can say, you know what, go out there and smash these guys' hearts like Detroit did last year. 2 years in a row, nothing better than seeing one of your most hated rivals miss the playoffs. I think the Bears are going to pull the upset.
And, their defense on my notes, Fields was 20 out of 32, 268, one touchdown. Defense forced 4 INTs.
Yeah.
Running back Herbert, 124. Here's DJ Moore, 9 catches, 159. Man, get him somebody else. Get him some weapons. You can see if you got him some weapons, things can happen here in Chicago.
They have a good tight end. Cole Kmet's a good tight end.
Yep. Hey, but I love Jordan Love last week. 24 out of 33, 256, 3 touchdowns. Hey, I like Green Bay to win that. Let's get them in the playoffs because I'd love to see them go into like Philly. And I've been bashing Philly for weeks. They look like a train wreck. Train wreck. You get a team that can go in there against Philly. Those people, I thought one of the greatest things last week, Matt, was them just putting the camera into the the Eagles fans and them just like breaking down, man. John staring at me. John, am I hurting your feelings? Okay, John, get on the mic real quick. Who's your team? Am I hurt? We got John and I producing our show. Who's your team?
I'm married into Eagles, so I've been Eagles
man.
for the last 14 years.
Okay. He's gonna. Why did I do this show tonight with this guy bashing the Eagles? I've been
John,
saying.
where's your significant other from?
Jersey.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And they're struggling right now, though. He gave me a big grin through the glass there. I was like, uh-oh. It's a good, like, oh, that's a good, I love it. Or, hey, when you come through the door, I might throw a punch at you. Again, we really appreciate John being here tonight, helping us out here, being our producer tonight, or the show wouldn't have been happening. So thank you so much, John. We're going to come back to you in a couple minutes with our last spot here. All right, one more, and this is a big one too. Oh, let me throw this out before I forget. Old man would not be happy with me. He has one more upset. He likes Arizona at home to beat Seattle. Whew. And I got a little sticky note here. Over. Keep an eye on the over in those. Seahawks.
That I agree with.
7-0 in Arizona this year. The overs have hit. Arizona is just crushing it the last 2 years when they go in the dome, throwing up points. This one could be high scoring.
I completely agree with that. I think Gino's going to air it out a lot this week. Kenneth Walker might be out, so it might be Zach Charbonnet. Better use the 3 wide receivers. And I think Kyler and the Arizona team are just having fun right now. They got the young kid, Michael Wilson, at wide receiver, playing well. The big tight end, McBride. Connor looks good. Kyler can scramble. So is Rondale Moore the deep threat? Yeah, I'd really like the overplay.
All right. I got one more little sticky, but that game we didn't cover, but I'll come back to that in a second. Okay, last game, Sunday night, 8:25. Man, the Steelers, if they win, they need this one. Buffalo is traveling to Miami. -3 Buffalo, 48.5. Man, I don't know. I'm a little nervous, man. This Miami team is banged up. They really got it put on them last week. Tua, 237, but 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Man, Q was fired up about Tua on Sunday. Those text messages were just firing, man. Firing about everything. Don't want them, can get rid of them. It's like, whoo, man, there was people talking about MVP talk if Lamar struggled a little bit. But, okay. You know, here's the thing. Hill saw his house was on fire. I saw yesterday. Yeah. One of his kids had a cigarette lighter lighting stuff on fire in the house. So, luckily, the house is still there and nobody got hurt. Problem here is you had no Waddle. No Waddle again, I think, this week. Chubb, defensive player, in the game, I think, way too late. Just way too late. Blew out his knee here. Matt, here's the thing. Then you can take over. Buffalo, we've talked about Buffalo, maybe the team that could go far in the AFC. But there's times that they just look lackadaisical. That game last week, they got behind against New England. Then they got ahead. Then they let them get back into it. They forced some turnovers, but then New England got back into that. What's going to happen here? Is this going to be a fired-up Buffalo team, or is Miami, even with some of the guys nicked up, going to get the win and help the Steelers out?
Well, Miami's in the playoffs, right? They can't miss.
No, Miami's in. Yeah, they could be the 2. They could be the 2 seed.
This to me is just like the Steeler game. We're going to shut it down. Let Buffalo come in, do their thing, make them work for it. But I think Buffalo wins this easy. I mean, no Xavier Howard. No Xavier Howard, no Chubb. No Waddle. Mostert might not play. I think a chain still dinged up. This doesn't look good. I mean, if I'm Buffalo, I pin my ears back. Sure, let Hill catch 8 balls for 160 and a touchdown, but that's it. Who else is going to beat you? If that's their only weapon, I let him eat. Let him have a great game. Maybe he gets his incentive bonus, which he's close to. He wants that 2,000 yards. Let him get him. Just keep him out of the end zone. I actually think Buffalo wins this, gets in the playoffs, and is going to cause a little bit of havoc coming up. I actually bet this at -3 as soon as the line came out, and I'm not sure what it is now. It actually went down. So I got a worse number, but I'm okay laying 3 with Buffalo.
Little sticky, I said I was going to throw out here. You got the Jets playing New England. Over-under is 30.5. It's the lowest total since 2005.
Over.
You like the over in this.
Hammer it.
Hammer
Just like that stupid Thursday night game where it was an all-time.
We called it last week, too. We called it last week. We said it was going to get. We both were in the under.
Over by halftime.
It went nuts. So he's saying hammer. It's hammer time. Please hammer. Don't hurt him.
Yeah, it could be a Snover game.
It could be. Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the only thing about that is you got the rain and snow. We've said, don't worry. I mean, it could be rain and snow, but they did say maybe 20-mile-per-hour winds, and the winds. But
still an advantage for the offense. The offense knows where the ball's going.
Hey, MC Hammer.
I like an over.
MC Hammer. Right there, Hammer.
It'll probably be 5-3, and I get nowhere near.
It's like a pitching toll there. All right, last thing. We got a little bit of time here. We didn't have, we don't have, and we're not going to dive into college. We gave out some winners here. So we threw this out, a little fun thing on New Year's Eve. Top 3, we did sitcoms, favorite sitcom intros. And it was fun. We threw it out. The boys were talking about it. That's why it was fun, because Dr. Brent, Matt, myself, I kept firing stuff all night. I was just looking up stuff. I was hanging out with my wife and my 2 kids for New Year's Eve. Nothing crazy at the Smith house. We were just kind of having a good time, and I was throwing out, all kinds. I'll tell you some of the ones I was throwing out because I was going back old school. But it was fun because we tagged a bunch of people. We had a lot of people throw in, like Sanford and Son. Man, what was some of the Chips? Somebody threw out Chips. I can't remember who gave out Chips, which a great one.
Knight Rider.
Oh, a little Knight Rider. That's right. A little Knight Rider. So, okay. So myself and a couple of people asked me, and I said, okay, well, tune into the show or make sure you watch the show. So I'm going to give you my top 3. And this was tough because I have a couple. I might do honorable mention here because we have a couple minutes.
Oh, it's really tough to do 3.
Yeah. And I might get made fun of my third, but I don't care.
Are we doing sitcoms or are we doing any show?
I don't care what you do. I'm doing sitcoms. I'm doing sitcoms from back in the day.
All right. Well, I have a list too, so I'm good.
Hey, John. Okay, you got to Okay, John, you got to get on this. Okay, so I'll come. Can you do really quick? Because I know this is hard. I'm putting you on the spot. Can you get a top 3 in your brain quick?
Simpsons. We're going sitcoms.
Okay, so just get 3 in your head.
Not even. It's not sitcoms. It's actually just the intro to the show, right? Or are we going top sitcoms? Period.
I thought it was sitcoms intros, but if you have something different, who cares? Fire it out, man. Okay, so John, just get 3 in your head. Don't give it out yet. Okay. And this is our show. We can do whatever we want. So, all right, Maddie, I'm going to start with you. Number 3. What's your number 3? We're going to give John another second.
Family Guy.
Family Guy. Okay. All right.
Can't go wrong with Peter Griffin. To me, he's a all-time top 10 character.
Okay. John, I'll go to you. Number 3.
I'd probably go South Park.
Okay. Like it. I'm going to go more, not cartoons. I'm going to go more people shows.
Watch the cartoons over here.
Listen, Family Guy and South Park, I watch. My wife comes down, still John, and goes, how old are you? I'm like 47. You're watching Family Guy. Yes, I watch it every night. I love it. If it's on, I'm watching it. Okay. Number 3 for me, I'm going to get made fun of here. I I don't care. It's peppy. I like it. Golden Girls. Thank you for being a friend.
Smitty, I wish you could see my screen. I have that right below Family Guy.
Oh, okay. So now maybe I won't get made fun of. Listen,
No.
those crazy women in Miami living it up, Blanche and Rose, just trying to do their thing.
Go watch that show now and just listen to how many politically incorrect things they say. It's fantastic.
They couldn't do it now.
They got a lot of shows. They couldn't do it now. Hey, Ken, I
Right?
see Ken. Okay, so I'm going to give Ken's giving one in the chat here. He's given, man, I don't know what order, Ken. So I guess it would be Ken. What's your number 3? Can you type it in real fast? I don't want to mess up your order here. He has 3. But Ken has a lot that I kind of like too, but I'll just give one of Ken's out. Ken has Fall Guy. Ken, that's going to come back in a second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought, my friend.
That's what started the whole conversation.
That did. I love it. Okay, that did. That got everything revved up on New Year's Eve. All right. So Ken, that was Ken's. All right, Fall Guy. I'm just going to give Ken 1. Oh, okay. He said 3. Okay, I'm going to go back in order. Three's Company's number 3 for Ken. We're going to go. Now I know the order. Okay, sorry. Everybody delete that Fall Guy for a second. Three's Company, which is a good one. Dun, 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 dun,
Great.
dun,
On
dun,
my
dun,
list,
dun.
too.
Little John Ritter falling off a bike. Fantastic. All right, Maddie. Number 2.
Married with Children.
Oh, that's a good one.
Good one.
Al Bundy. Come on. You all know the Love and Marriage song. He is 4 touchdowns full time. You can't beat him.
And we all still sit around and tell people that.
Yep.
My glory.
I mean-
I had 28 points in a high school game one time. I'm like, yeah, I scored 28 one time. Yeah.
He started his own club, the No Ma'am Club.
Yep.
You can't beat that guy.
Yeah, fantastic. Very good one. All right, John.
I'll go with Roseanne Goodman.
Oh,
Roseanne
yeah.
Barr.
Yeah, good little intro. I like that. Okay. All right, I'm going to give Ken's, then I'll give you mine. Dukes of Hazzard. Absolutely. I think a couple people, did send that in too. Was
Yep,
Dukes of
for
Hazzard.
sure.
Yeah, that's a great one. Fantastic. Could have been on my list. I'm going to go Cheers. I like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. Great show. I like that. I know it's not, but I really like that one. So I'm going to go Cheers number 2. All right, Maddie. Drum roll for you, my friend. Number 1.
Just because you threw out Cheers, I can agree with you, and it should be in there. But I'm gonna put Seinfeld at number 1.
Okay.
I think it's just too good not to be there if we're going strictly comedy.
All right. Mary, do you have one? You don't have. Okay, no. Okay, I had to ask Mary since she's right behind me right now. She said no. Put her on the spot. All right, John. Number 1 for you.
West Philadelphia. Born
and raised. Playground where I
Oh.
spent most of my days. I like it. Good one. Man, you came in for being on the spot. I'm impressed, my man.
Figured I'd ended on somewhere in Philly just to
Yeah.
get our win somewhere.
I'm
See,
shocked. I'm shocked I
I want to
didn't
give
bash
John a
it.
quick shout out though.
Go for it.
Because another one that I've had so much trouble excluding is another Philadelphia show, but it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yep. Good one. All right, Ken.
I kind of went chalk, so
That's all right. Hey, me and Ken are right there. Ken, we're right here tonight, my friend. Right here. Fall Guy. Dr. Brent, too. That's how we started that, man. That is, listen, everybody. Get on the computer, get on your phone, type in the Fall Guy theme song. It is fantastic. Lee
that
Majors.
badass truck too.
That badass truck. Lee Majors. What was the hot blonde in that show? I don't know. I had the name. I can't remember what the name is. Very good looking girl on that show. Fantastic. The Fall Guy theme song is fantastic.
Yep,
Love it.
zero arguments from me.
Can I give a runners up?
Go for it. Yeah.
Family Matters. No, Family Matters. The,
Yeah, with Urkel.
Yeah, with Urkel. Yeah.
Urkel.
Yep.
Did I do that? Yeah. All right.
I had a couple in there too, but they were from the 70s, like Gilligan's Island on there.
It's great.
And then you have Archie Bunker, and I'm like, man, those are just they're a little too old for me to go crazy on. But I mean, I don't know how they're not like top 10.
Ken, thank you so much. Heather Thomas. Thank you.
Woo, there we go.
That was the name. Heather Thomas. Yeah. Good looking girl. Still probably good looking. The funny thing was what I threw out to the guys late that night, I like My Two Dads. And the reason, if you've never watched My Two Dads, look this up. You know why I like My Two Dads so much? The girl that played the main character, like, explained the movie. Hey, this is My Two Dads. One guy's normal. One guy's heads in the cloud. Like, she's explaining the show in the intro, and then they played the music. I like it because maybe I'm a little slow, and I like somebody explaining things to me. I really like that. So good job.
With one dad who's down to earth and one dad with his head in the cloud.
There it is. I like it. Thank you. You can count on me. Now we got crickets. We got all kinds of stuff going on here now. Hey, we got sound effects. That's the way we do it. Good job there on the My Two Dads. I threw out the little Mr. Belvedere, too. That's a good one. Bob Euchre. That was good.
I mean, this is an infinite list if you really think about it.
Oh, you could have went all night. You could have went all night on this stuff. So, hey, everybody that chimed in with us on X, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. We got, like, Sanford and Son was a good one. Jefferson's, people were texting in the chat and some other things too. Jefferson's, that was always a good one. So thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll bring into, I told Dr. Brent, I'm going to say what our conversation, I said, hey man, you're going to have to come up and help me with these because you kind of come up with these just most ridiculous conversation pieces. And he just laughed because he's like, they're pointless, but they're so good.
Sometimes I have to question how Dr. Brent's a doctor.
I didn't say that, Dr. Brent. Maddie did. Maddie goes and sees him too. So,
oh yeah.
All right, Maddie. Remember, everybody, New Mexico State ready to tip off here in about 15 minutes. Let's get that bet in. Let's win some money tonight. If they lose, you don't know me. I don't know you. If they win, give me all the praise. And Cal Riverside at 10. Maddie, anything else before we bounce?
No, buddy. I'm good. Good show. Good fun ending. And big game Monday. Everybody hit us up. Let us know your thoughts. Tell us your bets. Maybe we'll roll with you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it, man. Yeah, we'll be giving it out on our social media. Follow Matty on his social, mine, Smitty Bucks. Matt, give yours out real quick.
Pretty simple. It's 3 words. If you follow Matt. Sorry, 4 words.
3, 4.
All one run on. No spaces, no.
Hey, listen, we're like rounding up or whatever. And Notebook Wagering too. And follow some of my plays on Sharp Angle Syndicate. NCAA Insiders might give out some plays on that also. Maddie, everybody in the chat really quick. I just want to give 2 thanks again. Chat room, thank you so much. Blown up tonight. It was such a good time talking to everybody. John, thank you so much, man. We appreciate you coming in, doing the show with us.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys.
Thank you so much. Chiming in, doing some of the top sitcoms or shows intros too. So thank you. Maddie, what do we always say?
Hey, Happy New Year and bang your bookie.
Thanks for listening to the Notebook Wagering Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and be sure to follow @Notebook Wagering. Until next time.